Welcome back to Forever Single. My name's JC, and I'm the facilitator of this video podcast where we go over the awkwardness, trauma, and comedy of the Age of Aquarius' love life. Speaking of Age of Aquarius, hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? We are back. I'm so excited about this one.
You gotta go ahead and give us a little preview. What are we about to get into?
We are about to ride on the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine because the whole time I had no idea what the fuck was happening.
So, what are we gonna actually entitle this whole, let's say, shenanigan?
We're gonna call this one Yo Quiero Taco Bell.
Oh, okay. Anything involving Taco Bell, sign me up for.
Oh my god, not this time.
Oh, let's go ahead and start with the background. Where did you meet this individual who we're gonna call
Shaggy.
Shaggy? Okay, so where did you meet Shaggy?
Well, back in the Stone Age, I was working at a video store with actual brick and mortar DVDs and, Blu-rays and a few VHSs in the back. And I was working there. I was probably like 16 years old. And this individual was my manager. He was one of the shift managers.
Okay. Ooh, so we might have a little work intermingling.
Ooh, yeah.
So were you flirtatious with him? Like, what was kind of the vibe?
I have always been on the prowl since I was in high school. So when I saw him, I was like, he's in the running.
He's in the running.
Like, he's there, but like, if I got close enough, I'd like flirt or say whatever, but
Okay.
So,
did he kind of pick up on these vibes? Was he reciprocal of these vibes?
No! This man was, oh my god, like quintessential stoner, just like, I could walk by, naked with a katana in my hand and he wouldn't even fucking notice.
Okay, so what was his kind of background? What was he like, other than just kind of like the stoner type?
He was definitely like stranded in a small town vibes.
Okay.
I mean, technically at the time we all were, but he was just really giving that vibe. Like the kind of guy who just like would work at like a Big Five tire shop until he dies and like always has a bad girlfriend who's stealing his money and like he doesn't want to dump her and, has like a lifted truck type of guy.
Gotcha. So there's something that we've yet to do.
Yes.
What does Shaggy look like?
He looks like Shaggy. Except brunette. He was really tall, super skinny, had these big old brown eyes, and they looked kind of like dopey because he was always like half high.
Yeah.
And he had like really skinny, soft hands. Which is so gross to me, so.
The skinny, soft hands?
That's an ick. I'm so sorry. Like, I understand that men these days are not necessarily, building houses, but to have a little bit of, texture to your hands, bro! My guy, your hands cannot be softer than mine.
I'm about to say, it's from rolling all that weed.
Just wow.
Okay, now I want to talk all about the interactions between you two. Mm-hmm. What was the dynamic like at work?
So he would play good cop, bad cop with me. I really don't know what that was about, but ever so often we would get a night shift together where we'd have to close the store and it would just be me and him in there together. And so that's when I was like, okay, like, let me talk to him. Like, let me get to know him a little bit better. So I would try to talk to him and sometimes he'd be super cool and he'd be like, yeah. And then other days he'd be like, you did not move those DVD covers half an inch. Go and do them all again. And I'd be like, bro. Like, he would literally just randomly decide to check my work. But then other days, he wouldn't care. He'd be like, let's get out of here early. So I never knew what the fuck, like, was going to happen next with him. One of the random nights where he was in a good mood, he started to open up to me about his life a little bit more. And he said that he had a girlfriend who he wasn't really sure about. He was just having, like... He had to purge his consciousness that night. And he was like, yeah, I'm just so stressed out. Sometimes I just go to my car on my breaks and I smoke and I come back in. I'm like, you do what? Like, if you can imagine my, like, shock by this, because I'm like, he is playing good cop, bad cop, like, he's always on my ass about every little thing I do. Like, he would literally, like, yell at me if I, like, swept up the store and didn't put the broom back in the right place. And this man is outside hotboxing his car, and he's the manager. I'm just like, this fucker.
He played all y'all.
But like at the same time, it was good because it like unlocked a new dimension where I felt like I had a little bit of leverage. I was like, okay, I got your number now, bro.
Okay, so he opens up to you, and then from this point forward, what's your relationship like?
I'm just like disappointed to hear that he has a girlfriend, and so I'm pretty much keeping my feelers out. Maybe a month and a half later, he comes in moping at the end of his shift, and he's like, oh, I'm just like kind of sad. Me and my girlfriend broke up. I'm like, and so I was like, now is my time to make my move.
Yeah, absolutely.
I pounced.
Like claws out.
I was like, oh wow, like, wow, we should hang out.
You anamorphed into a jaguar real quick.
I so did. I was ready.
And you know, he's in this heartbroken state of being, but did he kind of feel the vibes as well?
Surprisingly, he did.
Okay.
I remember talking to my friends on my fucking flip phone, like in the corner, just like, I'm about to do it. And I was just like, oh yeah, we should hang out, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, we could do that. He used to like walk and like move his body like this.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh shit.
So what do you decide to do together?
We had no plan.
It's like, okay, I have a car, you have a car. Let's just meet up in front of the Taco Bell. So,
Okay.
but that was not supposed to be the date. We were simply to park there and decide what we wanted to do. But I was not trying to be pushy. I just wanted to see what would happen. So I was like, okay, let's just meet in front of the Taco Bell. So I parked my car, and mind you, we're at a Taco Bell that's like walking distance of my parents' house. So like my parents would come out and like go to the grocery store, like go to the Walgreens right there. Like they were home at the time. Like they could have randomly decided that they needed eye drops. And I would be caught in the parking lot of this Taco Bell with this random ass dude.
Yep.
So I was just like already sketched out, and I was like, whatever. So I decided to park my car off where it could be hidden. And I kind of explained this to him, and he was like, cool, just get in my car. And I'm like, all right. So we parked kind of like in the back of the Taco Bell, and, you know, just started talking from there.
Okay, and what was the vibe like between you two?
The mystery machine, like I did not know from the moment that I got into his car, like what was happening. Like there was no like strong vibe, but it was like not bad.
Yeah.
Like we were just like in his car, we're like, he's like, hey.
I just want to smoke weed and hang out.
Yeah. He's like, wanna smoke? And I'm like, no! No! And I like calmly explained this to him. I was like, listen, Shaggy, read the room. We are outside in public.
Yes.
Out in front of this Taco Bell, which I have just told you is like in eye shot of my parents' home.
Yeah.
Like, it also is no one gonna notice us hotboxing your car and it's a broad daylight in front of this Taco Bell? Like, come on! Like, there's some stereotypes about stoners, but holy shit, he was not helping. Like, I was like, bro.
So, you're there, in his car, in front of the Taco Bell, in the middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to get high.
Yes.
You're not having it.
No.
So, what happened?
So he's like, oh, okay, what should we do? And I'm like, I don't know. So he legit starts up his car and like drives to another part of the parking lot.
Of the same of the same parking lot?
Same Taco Bell. Because it's like one of those like Taco Bell parking lots where there's like other businesses in the back.
Yeah.
There's like a vet and there's like a Domino's and all this other stuff. So he just like drives to another part of the parking lot thinking that maybe I'll want to smoke in that part of the parking lot. And like every time we get to a new location in the parking lot, I'm like, I still would not want to smoke in broad daylight. And so I'm not kidding, I don't even know how we did this. We drove around that parking lot for like 30 minutes. So at one point, I'm just like, listen, let's acquire some Taco Bell. Like, when in Rome, you know? So we finally actually get a clue and start to actually go on the date by going through the drive-thru and purchasing food.
Okay.
I'm like, bravo.
So you eat your Taco Bell,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're still just kind of hanging out. Well, how does the night end?
So now We're in front of the Taco Bell.
Stop.
Because it's like if we went through the drive-thru, we like go around the curve and then we just like parked in the front spot to eat our food. So now we're in front of the Taco Bell.
Oh no.
And it's a black outside, and I'm just like, okay, so we eat our food and we're listening to music, and I'm like, this is when I kind of start looking at him harder. I'm like, do you want to stick your tongue in my mouth? You know, I'm trying to get the vibe. This man is like, and I'm like, oh my god. And he's finally like,
Well, I'm gonna smoke.
I'm just like, okay, like, all right, fair. I spent this entire date trying to discourage this moment, and he just don't give a fuck at this point. He's just like, I'm about to smoke, like.
Yeah. Okay, so the papers are out, right?
The rolling papers are
The
out.
rolling papers are out. What's your reaction?
I'm just like, 12 is around the corner with my dad in the front seat ready to drag me to the penitentiary. Like, I am so scared. And so that's what I'm just like, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I can't do this. Like, he's not trying to make a move. He's not asking me anything about myself. Like, he's not talking. He's just like in stoner land trying to roll up this blunt in the front seat of this car. And I'm just like, I gotta get out of here, bye. Like, it's cool. So I excused myself and I got into my vehicle and went home.
Dang. And did you ever have another, like, what was the follow-up at work with seeing him?
When I tell you that we pretended that nothing ever happened, we pretended that nothing ever happened.
Wow.
Like, and it was actually, like, in retrospect, really flawless.
Yeah.
Like, it was a really flawless, like, playoff. Because it's like there was no, like, awkward kiss, so therefore we could act like it really wasn't a date and we were just, like, hanging out in the parking lot and it's, like, awkward or whatever. But yeah, we played it off and nothing ever happened after that. We were just cool with each other.
My name's JC.
And I'm AJ the Aquarius, and we'll be back next time with some insane stories from my online dating life. Bye!
See you.